Hello, everybody. Quick update on this breakout slash face melting rally. I was watching Camel's video earlier today, and he was talking about the lockout move and how it would potentially continue. And I am of the opinion that it probably can. So, what I want to do is try to look for opportunities to enter. There are a lot of sideline people, and a lot of people don't know how to enter a move up like this. So I have on this chart the 4-hour chart, a series of higher highs, higher lows. The daily is making the higher highs and higher lows and maintaining that. So we want to maintain the trend on the 4-hour. If the 4-hour is to remain strong, I would look at this being some kind of three-wave up there and watch for this choppy action to repeat up here. Then what would follow is this move up here, up to 96, 95, 96. Had a target of 94. Might make sense. If that pattern plays, expect this leg to repeat, come back down to here. There's another buy setup. And then you repeat this, getting you over 100K. And that is contingent upon the 4-hour closing higher highs and higher lows on a closing basis, closing candle basis, not reversing the trend. As soon as the 4-hour up here, as soon as it tops out and does close a lower low, I would be looking for this leg to repeat. And that would look like this into that. Back down to 80K. Probably wick through 80K and pop back up. So if this buy setup is to play, this is the area I would look for the daily trend to hold, because that's how much higher that one is. And then I would look for a 4-hour higher high and take it the same way I took this trade down here. As soon as this 4-hour made a higher high, it started to melt up. And then if that pattern plays from here, then price does this move. Somewhere up to 98 or something like that, before consolidating under 100K and then pushing above it. So those are my thoughts. The 4-hour is still in a buy. You still want to keep buying this, even though it might top out here. Set your stop appropriately, manage your risk. And then if you're lucky to get this pullback back down to 79.9 or 70, 80K, 81 area, something like that, to take out all those stop losses. You still do have liquidity down here on a wick that might make sense down to the previous all-time high, and that would be a buy most likely, as long as the daily is maintaining a higher high, higher low. You look for where your higher low is going to be, and then watch for the lower time frame trend to reverse back up, and that's how you get into a trending market. But right now, this move on the 4-hour, it's still in a buy, especially if this move repeats up here. And then you rip up again. That'll be a massive short squeeze. Then that's your buy. Now zooming into the 1-hour trend here, I can see this matching with this. That looks pretty good. In the middle, you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then it just kept going. So the move I would watch for is potentially this from up here. And that's all you get. And then you continue this push up to 88 maybe. And then from there, it's just way up. Invalidation of that would be a 4-hour lower low close, which would take a lot to do. You'd have to get below 78 or something like that. So that's my thoughts on how to trade this and how to get in. Is if you want price to go up, if you want to trade long, trade it long. The stronger it is, the more you'll be correct. If you're expecting a retrace, it may not happen. It may happen. It may not happen, though. But if there is a retrace, expect it to look like this leg and then look to get in. But this looks strong. Continue to push up. The algorithms are pushing and pushing and pushing. So trend is up until it's not. So see if this pattern repeats, continued strength, and it'll continue to short squeeze. Now we'll go on to the daily chart and see what is going on here with regards to buyers and sellers. Why is price moving up in such a manner? Because it short squeezed over the weekend. Now the CME traders, or traditional finance traders that were selling this market, they're in hot water up here, the way Socrates put it. They are becoming what is called a forced buyer. And that's an excellent way to clear out the order book up so that they can make a range up here maybe. Something to watch for in the future. But yeah, all of these traders that were short are becoming forced buyers. So they're buying up all that liquidity all the way up. How high does it go? Well, it's as soon as they run out of orders, as soon as they're all closed out. That's probably when it stops. I'm not here to say when it stops. I'm here to look for opportunities. And this is part of the article written by Socrates, or the Weatherman, on Twitter. He says, this weekend's rally creates a very interesting dynamic. Any TradFi bears that held shorts through the weekend are in deep water. If you are short a CME future, then you've been watching price move against all weekend without being able to do anything about it until New York opens tomorrow morning. So that means that if they hold price above 80, they're going to be forced buyers and they're going to continue buying it up. So this is the Bitcoin weather report by the Weatherman, Socrates. Give him a follow. He's got great analysis. I love his work. So the way that I look at markets now, any leg down that looks like any of these, I'm a buyer all the way up until I get a leg that doesn't match any of these. Then I'm cautious, and then I watch trend and see if it's a reversal or not. Something interesting I did notice, I don't know if anybody else is paying attention to it, but the 618 area ended up being important. That last buy setup right there on the 4 hour was the 786, or 78,600. So 61,800, 71 or 78,600. So maybe we're going to the Fibonacci 886, maybe 88,600, and then chop around there a little bit before going to the 1-to-1 or the 100 fib extension. Be careful around the 100K. I'm expecting volatility most likely. Probably not just going to chop through it. Psychological number. It's going to get front run. A whole bunch of volatility could happen up there if it does get up there soon. So definitely things to watch for. But yeah, look for your buy setups. This is the daily trend buy setup. That's that much higher. Your daily trend should maintain right there. So I hope that was helpful on how to enter a trending market. I love trending markets. They're so much easier than chop. So trade the trend. Keep your stops tight. Have a good night.